This is TMI Socials. I am Chukufumnanya Digwe, and here's what's making waves across the social media space. Now, we begin with the rave of high-profile defections that's reshaping Nigeria's political landscape ahead of the 2027 elections. On December 9, 2025, Osun Governor Ademola Adeleke left the PDP for the Accord Party, securing its 2026 governorship ticket unopposed, while Rivers Governor Siminalayi Fubara defected to APC, citing internal disputes and seeking alignment with Tinubu. Now, you see, these moves underscore a growing trend of governors abandoning PDP, signaling potential shifts in party loyalties and the balance of power across the Southwest and South-South in the lead up to 2027. Now, let's get to see the videos that have stemmed from this conversation online, and then we'll take reactions.
To go for Accord, party accordingly, and so it's not true that I abandoned PDP. I love PDP, but I have to protect myself. I have to make sure I protect my state because of the good work we've been doing, so that we can continue. Thank you.
Of course, I could see now that you are in a new family. That's Accord Party.
I know you'll be expecting to hear from me, and more especially in this meeting that I have to arrange so gently. But the meeting is going to end in a very sweet information. You are aware that I went to see Mr. President yesterday, and the reason why I went for that visit is not just a personal visit, but a state interest consultation. I don't want to make any mistake this time around.
All right, there you got to see three videos. The first one happened to be the comment of the governor of Osun State, Ademola Adeleke, on his defection, stating that he doesn't hate the PDP and also highlighting the reason why he left. You also got to see the statements of the Rivers State Governor, Siminalayi Fubara, as regards his own defection. And finally, you got to see a fleet of people there on the street celebrating the Osun governor on his defection to Accord Party. Now, let's see how the social media space is reacting. The first reaction will be taken happens to be the post of Governor Ademola Adeleke straight from his ex-media platform. He says, "Today we unveiled the Accord Party, our new platform for the good people of Osun State, from Osun West to Osun East to Osun Central. This is our party, our new platform for victory come August next year. I joined the Accord Party more than a month ago, precisely 6 November 2025, as a platform to seek re-election in 2026. This was after weeks of consultations and deliberations with stakeholders and opinion leaders." Now, that happens to be Adeleke's comments as regards his defection. Now, let's see how others are taking it from the social media space. This commenter said, "Osun APC blocking Ademola Adeleke, a sitting governor, from joining the party. One of the history books. The plot twist would be if Ademola Adeleke wins with Accord Party and takes over Osun APC." Let's see the next comment. Daniel Rega says Fubara just insulted those who stood by him with his defection to the APC. So predictable. But what a huge slap to the face, joining the same APC that frustrated his administration, spineless. So it's more important to win an election by every means necessary and remain in power than to put his own people's interest first. Ultimately, Wike won. It doesn't get worse than this. Let's take the final comment on this story before we move on. This commenter says Fubara has officially defected to the APC. Fubara is not ready to give up the governorship seat, and this has angered Wike. Fubara now has the full ears of Mr. President, and he no longer needs a permission from the godfather before seeing Mr. President. Wike is not happy. Well, that's that view on that particular story. Let's take the next story. Now, this one, on November 23, 2025, President Bola Tinubu ordered the withdrawal of thousands of police officers from VIP protection to reinforce frontline duties against threats like school kidnappings, a directive he reiterated on December 10, 2025 during a Federal Executive Council meeting, warning that ministers and VIPs must seek his clearance for any police escorts. Senator Abdul Ningi pushed back strongly, insisting escorts should also be removed from the president, ministers, and wealthy tycoons, prompting a Senate probe into the policy's uneven application. Now let's get to see the videos that have stemmed from this conversation before we do take reactions.
Of police officers from VIP or VVIP. I honestly believe in what I said, and I called on the IG, and I hope the Minister for Police Affairs is here. So if you have any problem of security because of the nature of your assignment, please contact the IGP.
I cannot ever imagine that a senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, who has been here for a very long time, only one orderly, and he is withdrawn. I saw two convoys of ministers, and they were carrying lots of security personnel. I have also seen this.
Well, those are the snippets. The first one highlighting the President Bola Tinubu's December 10 comments, and the next one, of course, highlighting Senator Ningi's pushback. Now let's get to see the reactions from the social media space. This reaction says, big men are now lamenting too. He doesn't want to have a taste of what common citizens who voted for them experienced over the years. Maybe they will take all insecurities at their various constituencies serious now that they don't have security around them. Let's see the final comment on this one. This comment says, ministers and VIPs are about to discover what it's like to queue in traffic without an armed battalion clearing the road for them. The withdrawal of police escorts is a fantastic policy statement. Now, let's watch how many of these orders actually stick. And now talking about sticking of these comments, we have a video by Laureate Wole Soyinka actually talking about the police orderlies and the convoy of Seyi Tinubu. Let's get to see these comments, and then we'll take reactions from the social media space.
Tinubu didn't have to send the Air Force and the military to deal with this particular insurrection, this threat to our own sense of security and equilibrium. No. There are easier ways of doing it. Let me tell you where Tinubu should have looked for forces to quell that insurrection. Right here in Lagos. Right here. Or in Abuja, perhaps. I don't know. But There was no need to call the military or the Air Force. I'll tell you what happened. On one of my home visits, this about...
All right, that is the comment of Wole Soyinka. We're at an event in Lagos on December 9. He criticized what he called a battalion-size escort assigned to Seyi Tinubu after spotting him 15 heavily armed officers around him in Ikoyi. Now let's get to see what the social media space and netizens are saying about this comment. Now, the first reaction goes along to say, we claim to be a democratic nation, but yet public office holders misallocate state power with impunity. It's either they are allocating lands to their family members or they are using their political office for private privilege for their families. Imagine someone who holds no public office but enjoys the full privilege that should be typically reserved for office holders. A visible display of state-funded privilege. Well, that's comment in parts. Now let's take the final comment on this particular story. This commenter says, at his level, Wole Soyinka should learn to respect himself and mind his business. He ought to know the kind of words appropriate to address the president with and the kind that are completely out of place. Well, that's that comment, and those are the diverse view on that last story. This has been TMI Socials on the ITV network. Thank you so much for joining in. We'll now take a short break and we'll join the TMI crew for the finalization of the program.